Coming up, this Hong Kong resident was destined for the dinner table. Vino the Maremma protects his flock in Abruzzo, Italy. And this St. Bernard saves lives in Thailand. Throughout Asia, keeping dogs as pets is a very recent phenomenon. Dog meat is still eaten in certain parts of Asia, including mainland China, where it's considered a delicacy, primarily by older generations who follow traditional beliefs. Eddie, a terrier mix, is helping to change perceptions of dogs in the Far East. He's had first-hand experience at the dog market. Eddie's job, with the help of his owner Jill Robinson, is to convince people that man's best friend has more to offer as a companion than his dinner. In 1991, Jill founded Dr. Dog, Asia's first animal therapy program, which has since expanded to China, Taiwan, Japan, India, and the Philippines.
Of course, in the foundation, many of us believe that all species shouldn't be consumed, but again, we feel we have to start somewhere, and the best place to start is with animals that are generally perceived as our companions and our friends.
As a traveling ambassador for Dr. Dog, Eddie meets people to help change their perceptions of dogs. Because of their traditional beliefs, the older generations are hardest to convince. Many of the residents of this seniors' home have never had contact with a pet dog. For many of them, dogs have always been perceived as food.
Okay, hello everyone, 你好. This is called Eddie. This one's called Eddie. Yeah. Eddie is a Dr. Dog. Hi, 教醫生.
Eddie's an incredibly funny dog to work with. I love his character. He's not frightened of anything or any challenges. He's a wayward-looking dog. He's got hair that perpetually looks like a bad hair day. We always call him a small dog with a big attitude. He's just an incredibly lovable dog. He's the perfect ambassador for Dr. Dog. We just love him. It's very easy for me as a Westerner to be sitting here and just projecting other Westerners' views that dogs deserve more respect outside of the food chain. But the nice thing about the Dr. Dog program is that it's a program that's endorsed by many, many Chinese and many, many Asian people across the region. Local people getting the word out there that dogs are our friends and not food.
Winnie Luk Yan Lin is the Dr. Dog coordinator and Hong Kong director of Animals Asia.
It's very difficult in the beginnings because in the traditional Chinese mind, dogs are lower status. So we need a lot of time and information to convince them the animal therapy really works.
I used to eat them. I used to raise dogs. They tasted very good. I used to eat them, but now I don't anymore. They help people. I don't eat them anymore.
It's amazing to see the elderly change their mind because when we talk to them, they will say, no, I will no longer eating dogs.
Many of them have said that in their youth, many years ago, they did used to eat dogs. Today, they recognise the love and companionship that dogs can bring into our lives, and they wouldn't do that ever again. Ed is really making his mark on society. He's a fantastic ambassador, and he's doing more for the programme than we ever can.
Eddie is now a celebrity. His face appears on posters, and he makes public and media appearances. But it wasn't too long ago that Eddie didn't have much of a future. Eddie almost didn't live to be a therapy dog. Jill found him in a dog market when she was looking for a new spokesdog for the Friends Not Food campaign.
He did come from a cage in southern China. He was destined for the dinner table, and he just stood out, I guess, from the other dogs. The others were crying desperately to get out, but he just sat there calm and laid back. Every time we put our hands in to give him a little bit of comfort, he licked our fingers, and it was the hardest decision that we've ever made, because whilst we knew we could rescue one dog, we knew that the fate that we were leaving behind for those other dogs was ending their life.
It didn't take long for little Eddie to fit in to Jill's pack of 8, where he quickly assumed the role of top dog. Eddie is a terrier mix. The name terrier comes from the Latin terra, meaning earth or ground. Terriers were originally used to hunt small game by following animals into their burrows.
We affectionately call Eddie a Hong Kong Terrier because obviously I guess he has got some terrier in him. Eddie won't do anything he doesn't want to do. He's a very willful dog.
Come on, Eddie. Quickly. Come on, this is a great game.
But again, you know, sometimes he does follow his terrier instincts, and he runs around a lot, and he loves to dig big holes in the beach and join in the games with the other dogs.
Come on, Eddie. Come on, Eddie.
Eddie's mission at Dr. Dog is twofold: convince people not to eat dogs, but also to change their attitudes about crossbreeds like himself. Today, he's visiting a school for children with learning disabilities.
I would say Eddie is our star in the Dr. Dog program because many of our Dr. Dogs are the pure breed, the pedigree. The people feel, oh, pedigrees are good, but not the crossbreed. And when they touch Eddie and have a relationship with Eddie, they do understand that dogs are the same. No matter their pedigree, no matter their cross, they're still the same. They all love people, and we should respect them.
The battle to help dogs in Asia is by no means won. We've had some small successes along the way, like Dr. Dog, but you know, every day we can't forget that there are thousands and thousands of dogs being consumed in many Asian countries.
In Asia, attitudes towards dogs are changing. The work of Eddie and his friends has a lot to do with it.
Dogs like Eddie as well really put a personal touch onto this whole program, and I think a lot of people here really empathise with Eddie's story, and Eddie's really making his mark on society. He's a fantastic ambassador, and he's doing more for the program than we ever can.
In the mountainous Abruzzo region of central Italy, brown-roofed towns perch on steep hillsides. Wildflower meadows are good grazing land for sheep. But the mountains and wooded areas are filled with wolves and wild boars. A single wolf can wipe out a flock in a matter of hours. One of the flocks on the hillsides belongs to Sirio di Micheli. Sirio's top guard dog is named Vino, after a nearby mountain. Vino is a Maremma, or in Italian, a Pastore Maremmano Abruzzese. Sirio relies on Vino and his team to protect his flock. One of Sirio's neighbors lost 100 sheep to a wolf last year. He makes sure Vino's spiked collar fits comfortably. As head dog, Vino confronts the predator. Wolves go for the throat. The collar has saved Vino more than once. Vino has killed a wolf and a wild boar.
Do you remember that day? The fight with the wild dogs, with the wolves. Do you remember? You were very good. You were the best one.
Villino is the leader of a pack of 10 dogs, 9 Maremmas and a herding dog named Sarah. Every day, the Maremmas protect Sirio's sheep from predators. They have full responsibility for the safety of the flock. In the morning, Sirio lets the sheep out of their pen. Villino will guard them as they make their way to the pasture.
He is a generous dog, and he likes the work like all of these dogs. In the morning, we go outside. We look each other in the eye, and he goes off, eager to face the day's work.
The dogs take the sheep up the mountain on their own without Sirio. Sarah, the herding dog, encourages the flock. As head dog, Villino leads the flock and makes sure that everything is safe. The other dogs patrol the perimeter or walk among the sheep. They consider the sheep their family.
When the dogs are there, the sheep feel protected. The dogs immediately run in front of them, and the sheep feel safe. You could say the sheep understand that the dogs protect them.
Villino smells a predator and alerts the pack. The dogs organize themselves to deal with the threat. Some stay with the herd, others bark the alarm, and a few run to investigate. The predator seems uninterested. The strong and majestic Maremma is Italy's native sheepdog. For nearly 2,000 years, they have protected flocks. Their coat is dense and long, and the ruff around their neck protects their throat in fights. For the first few months of their lives, Maremma puppies have limited contact with humans so that they'll bond with the sheep. Villino is only 4 years old, but he has a natural authority. He became top dog a few months ago when the former leader, the elderly Brecioso, was killed by wild boars.
Brecioso, whose picture I had framed, was a great dog. He had a great character and fought with wolves and all of the sheep's predators. He was very good and strong. I had this picture framed so I could remember this great dog. Villino is just as great as Brecioso was. He is serious and good against wolves, boars, and all the other animals in the mountains, and he is a good guard dog like Brecioso.
While the Maremmas stand guard, Sarah herds the sheep. The Maremmas are always alert, watching and patrolling. Every so often, they catch a predator's scent. The hills are full of them. Although they usually work alone, today Sirio visits the dogs at work.
It's as though I have 10 workmen. They're better than men. I can be calm leaving them alone day or night.
Of all his dogs, Sirio has the greatest admiration for Villino.
With me, when I get there in the morning, he comes to the front and he looks at me with those eyes as if he wants to tell me something. We have a good relationship. We just understand each other. It's hard to explain.
Occasionally, sheep lag behind and get separated from the flock. Villino once went for 2 days without food and water when he stayed with a pregnant ewe until she gave birth, then brought them both home.
It's as though they feel the work. They have it in their blood. They never ever leave these sheep behind in the mountains when they wander off alone. Villino doesn't mind if he doesn't eat. Even if he has to go 2 days without eating, he never leaves the sheep. He never leaves them.
A predator, a wild dog, is in the vicinity. The dogs suddenly catch sight of it. Some stay with the flock. Others give chase. The sheep seem unconcerned, confident that the dogs will protect them. the wild dog can see that it's outnumbered and flees. Once the danger has passed, Sarah and the Maremmas play, but she only distracts them for a few minutes. They're serious about their job. The dogs always know when it's time to head back. Vino and his crew bring the flock home every evening around 7.
When they come home in the evening and everything has gone well, Vino comes to me first, all excited, as if to tell me that everything went well.
When the sheep arrive, Sirio lets the lambs rejoin their mothers. Like all true Italians, Vino and his pals enjoy pasta for dinner. It's been a long day. Vino rests before guarding the sheep through the night.
The dog and the shepherd understand each other. We understand each other better than human beings. I don't want to exaggerate, but that is the way it is.
Buddhists look for opportunities to make merit or do good deeds. Although Bangkok is half a world away from the snowy Alps where St. Bernards have a long history of saving lives, Sir Lancelot saves lives too, just not human ones. His owner is Kunlanud Wansama.
Sir Lancelot is named after the famous Knight of the Round Table. I named him Sir Lancelot because of his good looks, his nice coat, his physique. He looks proud and handsome like Sir Lancelot. The more I see him now, the more I feel his name is right for him. I got a call from the animal hospital of Gesetsat University telling me that they are in need of blood. Lancelot and I are very happy to be able to do a good deed, so tomorrow I'll take Lancelot to see the doctor to give blood.
Lancelot is not paid for his donations. He's part of a litter of 10. Kunlanud couldn't bear to give away any of the dogs and now has 5 assistants to help look after them. St. Bernards are big bone dogs with deep chests. Their eyes are brown and friendly, and their lower eyelids don't close completely. These gentle, enthusiastic dogs love to be with their owners and family.
When it gets too hot for Lancelot and the others, we give them ice to chew on. We also keep them inside to let them sleep in the air-conditioned kennel.
The dog's thick coats are not suited to Bangkok's weather, but a special ventilation system that keeps the kennel at 15 degrees Celsius or 65 Fahrenheit helps Sir Lancelot cool off and relax for tomorrow's procedure. Bangkok's busy streets turn the drive to the hospital into a 2-hour expedition. Sir Lancelot and Kunlanud volunteer their time and aren't paid for his blood. The Gesetsat University Animal Hospital is the largest in Thailand. 40 full-time veterinarians treat up to 200 cases a day. The sights and sounds of the hospital don't faze Sir Lancelot. Buddy, a 2-month-old golden retriever, desperately needs a blood transfusion. Dr. Bodine Tilapat is Sir Lancelot's veterinarian.
Sir Lancelot เป็นหมาที่ Sir Lancelot is a huge dog. He's also very kind. We're very fortunate to have Lancelot. His donation provides us with enough blood to help many sick animals. So, now we can prevent the loss of many lives.
Sir Lancelot is sedated for the procedure so that he doesn't move and pull the needle out. Because he's so big, the vets find it easier to sedate him lightly on the floor before lifting him onto the table. Being a blood donor is beneficial for dogs. With every donation, their blood is checked for abnormalities so that illness or disease can be caught earlier.
ก็ภูมิใจกับท่านเซอร์ Lancelot มากเพราะว่าชีวิตนี้เนี่ยเขาเกิดมาเนี่ยโอกาส
I'm very proud of Sir Lancelot. Being a dog, he can't make merit for himself, but now he can. He's doing it now by giving blood.
เขาสามารถทำได้ในเวลานี้ค่ะ
ประชาชนเราส่วนใหญ่เนี่ยจะนับถือศาสนาพุทธครับ
Most Thai people are Buddhists. When Sir Lancelot is giving blood, we believe that he is doing merit, or a good deed, if you will.
จริงๆแล้วเนี่ยโปรแกรมของการ
Blood donation is a good thing, but we can't raise dogs only to be blood donors.
เราไม่สามารถที่จะเลี้ยงสุนัขไว้
Today, by receiving blood from Sir Lancelot, we'll be successful in helping a number of sick
ไม่
dogs.
ดีสำหรับคนไทยซึ่งปัจจุบันเนี่ย
It's too early to know whether the transfusion will save Buddy's life, but thanks to Sir Lancelot, he now has a fighting chance. Now that Sir Lancelot is awake, he can go home and take it easy for a couple of days. In 6 months, he'll be ready to donate blood again and to make merit.